if you just do the math,
doesn't work out.
if you just do the math, if you take the gross national income of all the churches in America, if we didn't pay the mortgage, if we didn't pay the staff, if we didn't pay the light bill, and took all of our money and gave it all away to the poor and became homeless to feed them, we still don't have the money when we are taking 10% of a few people's income and they're taking 35% of everybody's income. I'd be that gone if I should have to feed everybody by myself. Now, when I did the math on it, I realized that what I am asking the people to do doesn't work. I can help. I can help. I can do my part. I can participate. I can join in. But why did you take 40% of my check and then tell me that I got to turn around and take another 10% to do what you're not doing? When I gave the 40, I thought you were going to feed somebody.
Wow. Okay. I want to stop that right there. Man, I hope y'all watched that and understood. So look, let us start it off right. Hey, welcome back to Skill Sets to Asset. It is your guy, Tony Clopton, and my awesome Lil Kim co-host. Did I get that right? Lil Kim co-host. Well, Lil Kim, how you doing, MK? How you doing? Let's drop it. Let's drop it.
Look, this ain't Lil Kim, this is Lil Mel, baby.
Okay. Oh, Lil Mel. Okay. Okay.
You know,
So look,
they always say blondes have more fun. I want to see what it hit like.
Okay, let's see what it hitting like. Okay. All right. So look,
how
again,
you doing today?
All is good. Welcome everybody out there, and we definitely want to provide some information. I hope that little bit of clip help you guys understand what this segment is about. It's if you just do the math, you're giving up 10% to churches. You're giving up 35% in taxes if you have a job. So we want to teach you or educate you. Let me help educate. Let us help educate y'all on how to get some of that return back. And it's a simple fix, y'all. People are not talking about this. They're not teaching income shifting. You know why? Because it is not by design for everybody to get it. So, Melissa, let me find out, what did you get out of that little small snippet of information that TD Jakes dropped?
What I got out of it is money only goes so far. You can only divide it up so many ways. So with him saying you give him 10% to the church, you give him 40% to do this, then the other, what are you left with? And then if you're not left with enough, which is the case for the average American, what are you forced to do? Just putting yourself in more debt. So he's right. The numbers don't lie. I don't care how you split a dollar, whether you say 10 dimes, 4 quarters, 20 nickels, what you got is what you got.
Oh, I'm telling y'all, look, I get it now. It's like people don't get it. It's like, what are you losing behind? Like, you feel like you have to pay the 10, which I recommend because I'm definitely getting blessed by just giving more, and the blessings come later. But the 35%, y'all, that's the part we want to talk about. Home-based business ownership. People are overcomplicating home-based business ownership. Look, you already spending the money, right? You're spending the money. Who don't have a house or rent, right? Who don't have a cell phone bill? Who not driving some type of vehicle? I don't care how raggedy it is or how expensive it is. You still driving something, or you're Ubering around. What are some of the other
prices too? Ubering around.
So what you give us some other things that people are spending money on that they could get credit for? Did I leave anything out? I know you got a couple.
Okay, you said about the mileage, you said they're paying bills, they're paying utilities, they're using their cell phone, they're eating when they go out.
Yeah,
you know, basic things that we don't even think about that we're gonna do, regardless of whether we have a business or not, that they could be getting part of that 30% back.
30%, y'all, that's a lot of money. Look, take $100. Take 100. They're gonna take what? $30.
Right.
It's like, how do I get that 30 back? Well, whatever you spending your money on, you can easily turn it into a business deduction. We're teaching terminology. People that I know at one point never heard of what a business deduction is. How do you get it? become a business owner with us. See, we can't give you all the information because business owners get the perks and privileges. So
Right.
our business is to educate y'all. So if we educate y'all, then the government rewards us for helping you. Our business is simply to educate people on something that's millions of people are struggling with, right?
Right.
So
Right.
I mean,
And it's
go ahead.
like you were saying, we're getting paid because this is our business to share this information with you. And like Tony said, we can only give you so much from a 30-minute, quick live or whatever, but we're always extending the opportunity for you to come on and be a business member or a home-based business owner. And then you get the full shebang. You get to hear the whole spiel. And because I mean, really, if you're not in a home-based business, it wouldn't benefit you for us to sit down here and break down every part of it, And besides, that's part of the privilege that comes with having a business. What was the credit card, MasterCard membership has its privileges or whatever it is.
Perks.
Same thing.
All of that.
Same thing.
Yeah. People slipping. It's like, why would we continue to tell you, and then once you get it, like, oh, I got it now. No, you don't have it. The part of it that most people are struggling with is you have to structure your business, have an intent to make a profit, and then have proper record keeping. Our business has all of that. Been around for 16 years, so we know that they know that people are going to struggle with how to start it. Like most people don't have startup costs. See, a lot of people think they got to run to the bank and get this big loan to start a business, right? A lot of people think, but look, we've learned, and I'm like, I'm talking about somebody that don't have a bachelor's or master's degree, don't have a financial education background, learn from other wealthy people on how to take the little bit of money that we have and make a lot of money. And we got to make it simple. So this is what we doing, making it simple. Y'all seeing regular people that work every day, educated and help educating others. That's the business we're in. Yeah.
And it's like you were saying earlier, you were like, a lot of people don't know what deductions are. I was one of them people. I tell you all the time, I used to hear people talk about write-offs and this stuff and the other, because every year Tom Joyner would have his cruise and he would say it's tax deductible. And other stuff they would advertise, and at the end they would say it's tax deductible. And I'm sitting there thinking, what does that mean? What does that mean for me that it's tax deductible? Because I didn't know if that meant it's free.
Right. Yeah. Somebody got paid.
In a sense, if depending on how much of a deduction it is, technically it is free because you're gonna get your money back. But nobody had explained it to me, and I didn't feel comfortable asking because I'm like, maybe that's something I should already know. And then I would hear people talk about it's a write-off, it's a write-off, it's a write-off. And then they love to holler Schedule C. And I'm like, I don't know what a Schedule C is. I don't know. And then how people like if they'll put you on the spot. Do you do a Schedule C? Maybe.
I did last year. I don't think I'm gonna do it this year though.
and here I am in my 30s, been going to get my taxes done with a tax preparer for years. Don't know what a Schedule C is. Don't know what a Schedule A is. All I know is she would give me this paper that had all these questions. I would answer the questions, and then she'll come back and tell me a total. Either this is how much you owe, or this is what you're gonna get back. I didn't have a clue what the information that I was putting on the front of that paper had to do with the trick she was doing on that typewriter back there in the back. All I knew is what she told me. So if you are in that situation, and especially if you already have a business, there's so many people out there that have a business that are doing something that they maybe enjoy doing and they thinking of it as a hobby, but people paying them to do it. Do you know you could be writing that off? I mean, a lot of people don't want to report stuff like that because they like, that's my extra I'm doing under the table. But think about it like this. If it's a legit business that people pay you to do, you enjoy doing, why not make it a legal business? Yeah. You're going to get more money by making it a business than you are just doing it under the table. Because now you've opened the door to all of these deductions that you got.
Yes,
coming.
yes, yes, yes,
And
absolutely.
I don't think people think of it like that, because I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, I know so and so, they do this, this, and the other." And the first thing I'll say is, "Oh, okay, so do they have a business now?" Yeah, it's a business, but they just do it,
On the
and they
side.
don't on the side. And I think people don't realize how much power, or how, if you have, like with us, we have a business, but we have full-time jobs. That just makes our full-time job check even better. The fact that we have a business, it
Right.
all works in there together. But I think
Yeah.
when people, and people probably like me, I didn't get it. I didn't ask questions because I knew I wasn't finna start no business. I tell you all the time, I don't have no skill that I think is sellable. Like, it's certain things I like to do, but not enough that I can see myself having a business. But then when this came along, it was like, oh, it's something in here I can do. I can sell roadside service. I can tell people about credit. I can do this. There's something in there that everybody can do, where there's no excuse that you can't have a home-based business. And then if you already have one, this is perfect, because now you're gonna learn to get the max benefit from that business you already have.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Absolutely.
you're gonna be right here like the VA commercial. I could have had a VA because you should have been doing this years ago.
The only skill that anybody need in this business is to be able to speak, push a button,
And
right,
listen.
and listen. These are the only skills. See, people want to overcomplicate a business like we have. I think our business has a two-sided coin. For one,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to recruit. You can utilize the products and services. Is it anybody out there that's struggling with credit? Is it anybody out there struggling with debt? Right? Those are the questions you got to ask yourself. Because if
Mm-hmm.
you say yes to any of those, I guarantee you it's millions of other people that's struggling with the same thing. When we talk about, let's do the math, 79 million people last year started a home-based business. Why is that? Because they know that their current job is not enough. So the side hustle comes into play. The side
Mm-hmm.
jobs come into play. People
Mm-hmm.
don't know that you can easily set up a business doing whatever you like. Just have the intent to make a profit and proper record keeping. See,
Right.
that's the only part you don't have to overcomplicate. But joining up with us, you're going to learn other information about what you can write off and how to write it off and where to put it into. We have all of the information. I think our company specializes in home-based business ownership. Just tie whatever you like to what we have, and you're going to win all the way around. Show up.
Exactly. We take you from the beginning. Before we even tell you what you can deduct, we explain to you what a deduction is.
Right. Yeah.
They start you off on like, to go when you go to college. Usually, you taking the first course you do is 101. They take you back to 099.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm.
teach you everything, but then, like Tony said, you have got to be willing to work your business. I mean, when we say that, you're letting people know you have a business. You're telling
Right.
your story.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling what myEcon has done for you when it does do something for you. You're tracking everything you're doing. You're keeping good records. I mean, the tool comes with the income shifting membership, so you have no excuse. You got the tool right there to track everything.
Right.
Everything is there to guide you on what to do for your business. And then if you already have a business, you just take those same principles and you use if you don't have a cash flow manager type thing to track your expenses with your other business, well, now you do. Now you got
Mm-hmm.
that. So
Mm-hmm.
if nothing else, it's only going to improve on what you're already
Mm-hmm.
doing, and it's only going to increase the knowledge on how to work the business you already have.
Right. I think the problem with what we're doing in this type of business, it has gotten a bad stigma about home-based business ownership and networking, network marketing. Our network marketing business is structured around a foundation of how taxes work. So if you build on that, whatever you're doing, if you build on that solid foundation, you're going to build up some strength, some confidence about what to do in your business. And what we're doing is educating people on a few common mistakes that most people make. We're literally putting hundreds and thousands of dollars back into people's pockets by a common mistake. And if you get into this business, it is our duty to be able to herd you to the information, because adjusting that W-4 on my job, man, it put me in a position to pay off a lot of debt. I created some other streams of income just through the knowledge of sharing. So look, I'm telling y'all, if you're really serious about growing your wealth and fixing your credit, or just finding a business that's man, you could create all type of businesses inside of this business. You can win. You can win. And I think the environment of it all is just getting with positive people that can kind of, you can kind of lean on when things get a little rocky. Like, man, I don't understand this, man. Have you ever done this? How do you operate with this? And that's where we've been in the game for a minute. We can kind of help you maneuver.
Right. Because, going back to what the bishop was saying about the numbers don't lie. When I was doing the training last night, one of the things I brought up is like, how we talk about taxing takes away 30% of your income. So if you are working for a full year, just kind of, imagine this in your head. You're working for a full year. You cut the year up into thirds. So you got, January through April is a third of a year. If the businesses just decide to pass a law where, okay, we're going to take all your taxes out the first 4 months of the year, you won't even be getting no check. They're going to take everything. Like if you make $90,000, they're going to take $30,000 out between January and April. And you ain't going to start seeing money that you bring home until May. So technically, you're working for nothing for the first 4 months. I mean, they don't do it like that now, because what they do is a mind thing. What they do is they stretch that out over 12 months so it don't seem like so much. But, basically that's what they're doing. They're taking a third of your income off the top. Boom, it's gone. But like we're saying, when you have a home-based business, because they know, the government encourages people to have home-based businesses. They encourage, because they want the income to stay, the economy to stay stimulated. So they give you all these perks for having a business, but you got to learn what they are. When you go and decide to start a business, I don't know how people do it when they get a bank loan, since we were self-funded. But like when you go to the bank and you get that loan to start a brick and mortar business, are they gonna tell you, give you instructions on how you get your deductions and your money back? I don't think so. I think the only thing the bank is concerned with is that you make them payments on time. They don't care if you're successful or not. All they want to know is you signing this paper saying that on the whatever date of every month, you are going to make a payment on this loan. Wow. This business sets you up to win, because not only do they give you a bit, not only are you getting a business, but you get instructions on how to run it. That in itself is priceless. That's right.
That's right. To expound, let me use a bigger word. Let's do the math. Over 80% of Americans have their W-4 filled out wrong. That is the first strategy we teach in our business. 80%. Now, I would say the number has went up because it was 80% in 2016. Imagine the number has went up. Now, what's going on now is when they change the tax laws and the tax system, they now are taking more money out of people's checks. So refund checks are shrinking, right? Because they're giving you a little bit more of your money up front now. So what have people been doing all year long? They've been waiting till the end of the year to get that big refund. And what that's going to do is cause a ripple effect. People are using credit cards more to supplement their income, but they're digging a deeper hole for themselves. And it's all about the financial education for us and educating y'all that you don't have to rely on a refund check. Getting your money up front all year throughout your paycheck will stabilize you where you don't be overly dependent on somebody giving you some money that was already yours. Right?
Because I know so many people that'll go ahead and do something. They'll be like, especially if it's like after August or something like that, and they're like, "Well, I'll go ahead and do it because when I get my income tax check, I'll pay
I
it
can pay
off."
that. Right.
But you know, like you said, it's a different thing when you realize I could just be getting my money now, and I don't even have to worry about waiting to get that income tax check because they're just holding it for you, and they ain't sitting there holding it with their hands folded. They holding it as in they investing in stuff, they making money off of stuff, they taking your money and making them more money, and then they giving it back to you at the end of the year. So by you waiting until then, you're giving them an opportunity to take your 30% and make them what, 60 to 90% profit.
Right.
Because that, you know, if you don't say nothing, they ain't gonna say nothing. They like, if you like it, I love it.
If you just do the math. I ain't great at numbers, but I know something from nothing leaves you with nothing.
Right.
You know
Something
what I'm
from
saying?
nothing leave you owing somebody is what it do.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So man, this information I'm telling y'all is like they say building wealth and getting a paycheck is two totally different things. It's like you're gonna have to put some things in motion on one side and still continue to get paid, but putting something back and putting something back in a big way is like minimizing your taxes. When we talk about business deductions and we're talking about not overpaying your taxes, we're talking about business income and investing. This is wealth building 101. And most people don't have the game plan to build wealth. Anybody can run up a check. Like what my man said, I got 99 problems. Making money ain't one, but keeping money is a lot of people's problem. How to keep the money that you're making. That's where we come in at.
Yes, and you said a mouthful because it's plenty of people that can get out there and make plenty of money, but how much is not what you make, is what you keep. And there's more to having a business than making a profit. Making a profit, I'm not saying that's not important, but along with the profit, you want to get those perks and deductions that's going to make your profit even bigger. Because when you think about it, you know, a lot of people may look at me, I don't have a huge team, you know, so they're looking at me like, you've been doing this for all these years, you should have like 40, 50 people on your team, whatever. And I might would if some of the people who started stayed. But they did. But it didn't change the benefits that I was getting just because they left. My benefits still remain the same because what people aren't looking at, I may not be getting a lot of income from like the residuals or whatever, but when I changed my W-4, I brought an additional $900 into my house. If there's not added income, I don't know what is. You know, that's way more valuable to me than $900 I brought in times 12 months. 9 times 12, what, 108? So that's like $10,800 that I was bringing back into my budget that I was losing.
Yes.
And then, maybe I didn't get a refund, which I did get a refund that year too. You know, that's just how much I was overpaying too much on my taxes. So, you know, even though I got that money during the year, I still got a refund. But before I had a business, even with a child, the most money that I got back as a refund was maybe $4,000. That $4,000 is not even half of what I got back just from starting a home-based business, shifting my income, updating my W-4. That was $10,000 that I brought back in my house. So you tell me how I'm not winning. If you can explain that to me, how I'm not winning, I might quit.
Let's see. Let me see if I can dissect what you just said. So what you're saying was you started a business for $34.95 a month. That $34.95 a month solidified you as a business owner to get business deductions, lowered your taxable income, and put an additional $10,000 a year back into your paycheck without recruiting. Because you said you didn't have a big team. So what you're saying was you joined this business for you and not for someone else.
Right.
Oh boy, that's
When
fire.
I
That's fire.
joined this business, even though you were the person that introduced me to it, I'm sure you were you were you got your business profit from me coming in, but that ain't had nothing to do with me. My purpose was to grow my business and to get my economy right. So, it's not about building other people up. It's about taking care of your own. It's about strategy. You hear people all the time saying the phrase, I don't play checkers, I play chess. Well, if you don't have a business, you're playing checkers. Because you only got one strategy.
Right. And the cards are stacked against you.
Right. It's like if you playing chess, you think about this move, their move, what they gonna do, what you gonna do after they do that. Well, when you have a home-based business, you get to think more on that scale instead of what I'm gonna do when I get paid this Friday. What am I gonna pay off when I get my income tax check? Those are only two things you got when you only have a W-2 job. You got that paycheck you're gonna get, however often you get paid, and you got income tax. That's it. We have revenue from the business. We have the money we got from our updating our W4 and shifting our income. We got money that we're getting from basic things like utility, cable, internet, cell phone. There's more money that's coming back in. So then we got money if we want to sell a product. We got roadside, we got elevation travel, we got the credit repair system. Then if we decide, you know what, this credit thing ain't as hard as I thought. I think I'm gonna start helping people fix their credit. I'm gonna charge them such and such amount. I just added another stream of income to that same $34.95 that I pay every month.
Right.
That is helping me to increase my cash flow. So it's like, the possibilities are endless on what you can do with it.
Right.
We give you, myEcon gives you their starter kit. What you take, it's like myEcon give you a bag of Lego blocks. What you build with them blocks is on you. I might not build the same thing Tony will build, but we both got them same big bag of Lego blocks, and what we do with it is what we do with it.
That's right.
Same difference.
And they can't take it away. Once you get it for yourself, they can't take away unless you decide that you want to quit. Like so many people do. People start and stop. People bring an employee mentality to a business, and it's hard. I ain't gonna lie, it's the transition of I've been doing this for over 20, 30 years. Oh, this ain't working. I ain't getting nobody in my business. Hey, I'm finna stop. But the thing about it is you're quitting on yourself, right? It's like you're giving away tens and thousands of business deductions. You're giving your money back. Once you understand, like I say, let's do the math. Once you understand that the government is going to take, not when they take, they are going to take 35% of your income off the rip. What do you do to offset that? And that's what we're doing in this business, that's educating people on how to keep the money that they're losing. That's not to overcomplicate it. It's a very simple process, but you have to get connected and just invest the $34.95. We have 2 memberships, and I'm going to get ready to close because I said we're going to do this thing 30 minutes, right, Melissa?
Right.
30 minutes? Okay. Yep. So we got 2 memberships. We're going to make it simple. The first membership, the income shifting membership, it has a debt elimination software. It has a cash flow manager, which is our tracking system. Every business owner needs a tracking system. Right? We have we got do-it-yourself credit repair system. Everything has a block of instructions once you join. There's no need to get all hysterical. Oh, I ain't making no money. The $34.95 coming out. Look, first strategy is to properly adjust your W-4 so you can get the government to pay for the $34.95. Now, as you can see, the government is going to pay the bill. So the second option we have, which is our elite membership, it is $99.95 one time, a tax deductible expense. You can lower your taxes with it, and it's $54.95 a month. Now, it comes with everything the income shifting membership has, but it also has a travel membership attached to it. This is our fun membership. People get stressed out, man. That business is not sexy. It's boring. Nobody wants to talk about money. Nobody wants to pay off no debt. Nobody wants to get wealthy or rich. We just want to have some fun. Well, we got a travel membership, which I love to the fullest. Hey, that's why I keep this background up, man, because I just like going to exotic places and having fun. I take my business with me. So I added the travel membership onto everything else we have. And now I can enjoy life. I ain't stressing because my money's good. You know, I got money coming in from all different areas, man. And I know God is blessing me to be able to bless other people with this information. So it's like it's a win-win all the way across the board if you decide to pick either membership. So with this money, with this newfound information, all you really have to do is share it. You don't have to be stressed out about recruiting nobody, but get the information for yourself.
Right. Get the information for yourself and tell your story. That's all it takes.
That's it.
Hey, well, Boss Life Online. Boss Life Online says, hello, Tony.
Hey, boss.
Miss Gio.
Yeah, them the ladies right there. Y'all better get on this YouTube thing right here. This YouTube thing is really kicking off. I think I'm up to 116 subscribers. Oh, man. I remember one, y'all. I remember one. And I think the one was me. Oh, man. What a blessing to connect.
So that don't even count.
It don't even count. Well, anyway, you got to start somewhere. And I'm just so thankful to be connected with our YouTube people out there. I appreciate y'all guys showing love. Means a whole lot.
Yeah, quite a few people shared your video out the other day. Yeah, I saw you had some views on it. So hopefully some people are hearing what we're saying and they're going to take their YouTube to the next level because that's a home-based business.
It is.
Boss Life Online says, hey there, Pandy told me about this business and I will join her. Well, come on through. We would love to have you. A business mind like Gio, she'll take us to another level.
Yes, Lord.
Look, on top of that, she gave us a theme song. Like she about to drop the link theme song. She gave us one too.
Yeah, I've been getting my little voice right. Me. I'm getting my stuff together too. You know what I'm saying? But man, it's just really a blessing to be able to connect with so many awesome people. Everybody got something different, and collectively, you can build a great something great. You know, past whatever you got going on. You're like, man, I'm so thankful just for connections, man. And Melissa, I want to thank you for being my co-host. You know, I'm on this crazy shift. I can't wait. One day I'll be able to walk away. And I'll go back and look at all of the videos we did. And I said, man, we've been putting in some work, but we still got some work to do, y'all. We still got some work to do.
Well, I appreciate
you. So, man, I just want to thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on. It's always a pleasure to get on here and talk business because, you know, we just want to see everybody win.
That's right. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and end right now. Because I said we want to keep the thing under 30 minutes. Right, so I guess we'll be seeing you on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
All right, now,
are you still on days next week, or
I'll be on days? I'll be on days. I'll be back on days.
Okay, so we'll be on my channel next week.
Yes, back on your channel.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
Well, thank you all.
Enjoy your weekend.
I will. Thank you all for chiming in.
All right.
Bye-bye.